Hey, hi, all the good jazz. Welcome back to Red Desk Studios. It's been a hell of a long time since I've actually recorded a YouTube video, but I stumbled across an amazing plugin called djinnbass from a video that I was watching with Misha from Periphery, and dude's like best dude ever. You know what I mean? And then I got the plugin because of that video. It cost me like $100 and some change. And I started out, looking around like for videos from a support perspective. And I felt that it was like, we'll call it a little light, within Air Bunnies, right? So after playing around with it for like 6-7 months, I feel relatively confident in how it sounds and how I can make it sound and whatever, and like the different kind of, settings and string noise and, all these other things and whatever to make a song sound pretty badass. So what I'm going to do really quick is I'm going to play you a part of this song called Breathe In Me. I think we'll start with a chorus actually. And so I'm going to play the overall chorus and then just solo out the bass, right? So you guys can hear it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make the pre-chorus, this little empty section here, together. Okay? I've got my piano down here. It's going to be dope. Don't forget, if you like the video, hit the, bell icon, like, subscribe, drop some comments below. And, let me know if this stuff adds any value, right? So anyways, actually, hold on. So we're going to start off with the intro really quick, and then we're going to skip the verse and go right into the chorus. Cause I want you guys to hear this song, like the breadth, if you will, like the width, the scope, if you will, for lack of better terms. And don't forget, for all of my followers and all the fans and everybody, thank you so much, dude, for all your likes and everything. It's super duper awesome. And you may notice a different background behind me. Well, it's because there is a different background behind me. I finally have a freaking pro studio with, sound treatment or acoustic treatment and whatever. Oh, man. Totally worth it. So let's listen to the intro. Here we go. Sick, dude. Right? So sick. Totally synced with the kick drum, everything. Now let's check out the chorus. I did this a couple nights ago, and I'm going to be honest, I was kind of tipsy, so I don't really remember what I did, but let's check it out. Let's hear it, just bass and drums. Sounds like balls. But and this is this is the point, right? I don't know, like I can't say a lot of people don't really understand how to use it because I really haven't I haven't found a bunch of videos on it. So actually, you know what? Instead of doing the pre-chorus, why don't we just adjust the chorus, right? I mean, this is like the highest like energy, part of the song, everything. So script changed. We're not going to do, I don't know. I guess it really honestly depends on how I want, like how long the video is. Let's fix the chorus to make it sound super dope. And then if I've got enough time, well, we'll do the pre-chorus like, kind of ad hoc, if you will, for a lack of better terms. Okay. So let's listen to it, without the solo. sick. But remember, when we solo the drums and the bass, let's hear it. What the flounder tartar sauce? That doesn't sound cool. Let's keep it going, though. Right? Doesn't sound good at all. So let's open up our Concat free player. Okay. We're going to look at some settings really quick. Right? These, and I have to like put out the disclaimer because I know the comments are going to be brutal. These are my settings. Okay. Like me personally, how I dig it with my style of music. Right? Dude, you can do a flipping 1,000 different things. But I've got my volume jacked all the way. I've got my width at about 11 o'clock, right? I've got my string noise and muted noise all the way down, right? And then alternative picking, I've got it set here at a quarter note, okay? That's just me. Me personally with my Factory Flaw project. Oh yeah, hashtag Factory Flaw. It's actually hashtag Factory Flaw Footfall. So if you guys want to check it out, go check it out, right? Anyway, so 120 BPM matches 120 BPM with the project, which is really cool. Now, I'm not going to get like super into like the features and the awesomeness of this plugin. I'll probably do that in a second video. But right now, screenshot this junk, right? And if you like the sound that I made, well, then screenshot it. You don't even copy that junk. Anyways, I'm going to do, again, Logic Pro, going to do a double click on the bass, right? Now, remember, all of these notes were recorded with my, what do I got? I've got a Novation, whatever, right? So one thing that I've noticed is that when you're recording, things are choppy as balls. And when I say as balls, I mean it's like choppy AF. Right, if you guys get that lingo. So if you notice like all the spaces and everything between the notes and whatever, like if I can say this, what I've noticed is that djinnbass really just copies the root notes. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to go in the back end, for lack of better terms, right? The birds chirp, everything's beautiful. Go in the back end and clean that junk up. Okay, so when you're playing, like for example. You can make the baddest bass riff ever, right? But at the end of the day, it's going to come out. It's going to come out looking like this. Okay. So one thing that I've noticed is that from a settings perspective, if you have the mute noise and the string noise and all that stuff like cranked way low, what we can do is we can actually start making sense. For example, hold on. I'm going to delete that note, right? Using a magic mouse, right? Option, left, kind of scrolly thingy on my magic mouse, right? Scrolly up, right? And we want to make sure that these notes really connect, right? Notice the little tiny gap here, right? We don't want that, okay? Now, okay, bring them together, for lack of better terms, right? Bringing them together. Looks like I crossed the line on that one. And sometimes you have to bring it back. You know what I mean? Bringing it back. Now, let's see what we got here. Yep. Bring this one back. Okay. And we've got some significant, we'll say, separation here between these two notes. And we'll bring it back. Now, I'm seeing some good separation between the start note. Let's bring it back. And let's see what happens here. What's cracking? Oh, that sounds like significantly better. And I know it's only like a little bit of a bar, but hold on. Let's do this. Oh, already, like, it sounds 1,000 times better. Now, another thing that I've noticed with djinnbass is that if you have overlapping notes, like for example here right below the C2, right? This is the B1, right? What we want to do is let's not make overlapping notes. Okay, let's listen to it. Okay, so I know that this is the downbeat. So I'm gonna carry this A sharp note. I'm gonna carry it over a little bit. Right? I know that all of these notes over here from here on out, for lack of better terms, are root notes. So I'm gonna clean up the trash, for lack of better terms. Make sure that they hit right on the root notes, right on the bars, for lack of better terms, right? And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna extend these notes out. Okay. And this is where the magic happens. Okay? Now again, notice how we have some overlap here. I'm going to chop this. I'm going to chop this, or lean it, for lack of better terms. Right? And then just with an option, drag on the magic mouse. We're going to go back and let's see how it sounds here. Already it sounds really awesome. Now, we just did a bunch of work here on this one section. What we're doing now, it sounds really similar. So I'm going to take the cheap way out, right? Lazy producer. And I'm just going to like literally just option magic mouse right drag. Let's see how this sounds. Oh, wow. That actually sounds like pretty killer. So now here, I'm assuming at 49.2, this is, drop, or maybe it's over here at 49.1. Let's take a look. Now, remember, this was just me playing like piano, and apparently, based on the result, I'm not the greatest piano player in the world. But the cool thing with Logic and the cool thing with djinnbass is that you can actually, key in your notes, and you don't even need like a MIDI controller or like a piano, for lack of better terms. You can actually do it here with your keyboard. That's for another video. I'm not going to get into that right now, but let's see. Bear with me. Hold on. Okay, root notes here. No overlapping notes. Okay. Again, no overlapping notes. Oh, and this actual low note kicks off way over here. So apparently I was like effed up when I was doing this. We're not too. Hold on. I take that back. I wasn't too effed up. It does happen, I swear to God, but not in this not in this sesh. Okay. So now that we have all of our root notes established, the really cool thing is that we're just gonna like drag it out. Really. It's like that rap song, the Walk It Out song or whatever. We're just going to drag it out. Maybe I'll make my own rap song, or my own djinnbass rap song called Drag It Out, right? Now, you heard a little discrepancy between the two notes here. This is really important to notice. When you hear this, hold on, that means that we have one note overlapping another, and that's super important that we can take care of, okay? So what it looks like is that it's that one. And sometimes, guys, it's like freaking microscopic, right? So what I always do is I'll always bring my root note back to where I want it to be. And then the sustain part of the previous root note, I'll drag it out to where it touches the new root note. Okay? Why? Because this note is way more powerful from like a, again, boom, like the downbeat standpoint versus the sustain from this note. Now let's check this out. Oh, that's freaking flawless. I don't care what your mother says. I really don't care what your mother says, actually. All right, so let's check this out, okay? Now, so that's cool. So we're, 1, 2, 3, 4 bars into it. Let's see how it sounds like with everything together. Because this is really where the soup starts freaking tasting delicious. Excuse me for the accidental thumb enter. Hold on. Let's do this. Right? Now, you got to be listening to this with like some hi-fi. What are these? DT770s from Baronet Dynamics. Sorry. I've got like 5 pairs. Sorry, man. It happens. Like you forget what you're wearing. So anyways, all right. So now we're already at just about 17 minutes, right? And this is going to be interesting. So let's just do a couple more minutes here with this kind of like workflow, right? Okay. Solo only bass and drums, right? Because that's important. The relationship between, guys, you have no idea. The relationship between the bass and the drums, and then after that, the relationship with the guitars, left, right. I mean, you could double track, quad track. I give a flip, but I swear on everything that's holy. If you don't have a good, solid foundation or relationship between the kick drum and the bass guitar, your whole mix really honestly could fall apart, right? So that's why I only have the bass and the drums right now soloed. And plus because, I mean, obviously I've listened to the song like 200 times already in the last couple of days and I know what the guitar does. But it's important to have that relationship, whether it's, different intonations from the guitar section and the bass section and the drums and whatever. I mean, there's so many different kind of variables that you have to take into place. But if there's no relationship there, if there's no continuity, for lack of better terms, your mix is going to suck balls. Your song is going to suck balls, and it's not going to have like power. Okay. And that's what we're trying to do right now. Okay. So it looks like in the performance, I was a little tiny, I was just a hair off. Oh, well, right. Oh, and another thing, I do not quantize, right? I freaking hate people that quantize. Well, I don't hate the people behind the quantization, for lack of better, I don't even know if that quantization, if that's a word. But I prefer that my stuff sounds normal, right? And not robotic. So when we're done doing all this stuff from a velocity perspective, because we still haven't even adjusted velocities, which is like maybe another side topic. What we'll do is we'll go here to function, MIDI transform, right? And there's all kinds of cool different things that we have available here. Okay. Random pitch, random velocity, blah, blah, blah. But the most important, guys, is humanize. Why? Well, because we're humans. Regardless of evolution, regardless of other things, we're still humans at the end of the day. The humanize button, guys, I swear on everything that is holy, it's really honestly going to help. And it's going to make things sound so much more natural, right? So humanize plus djinnbass, hashtag awesome. Okay. Now, hold on. Okay. So let's squeeze these together. Uh-oh. Remember that sound. And this is super killer because we're doing this real time, that you guys understand this sound. The right? That means that we have an overlapping note that we need to take care of. So what do? We'll take the previous note and its like flow and all kinds of other things. We're going to take it back just a notch. Because the next most important note, obviously, is the drop on this beat right here, okay? Now, me personally, I'm just going to crank up the velocity just a freaking, I say a butt hair. I know that's not politically correct, but just a little bit, a butt hair, right? And then blend them together. Cool. Now it sounds, in my opinion, dope. Hashtag AF, right? Now, we can see here other root notes, okay? So the sustain, remember, the sustain from this note, we chopped it off, okay? Because the next most important note is this one, right? And we're going to do the same thing with everything else, right? Normally, I would select everything and drag, but in this scenario, it's a little surgical, right? Bring this back. Lock it in. Oh, and that's another important thing that we realize is that our smart snap is on and no overlap on the drag mode. How could I forget that? That's like 101. Anyways, whatever. I called it out. You guys can't slaughter me in the comments, right? Smart snap, no overlap, especially with djinnbass, okay? Now here, be careful. Look, right? You got some overlap. You can see a little, from our playhead to where it is, blah, blah, blah. Bring it over. Now, this one's tricky because I don't know if it should be here or here, and I don't know if it was a performance thing. So let's check it out. Okay, looks like a performance thing. So I'm going to modify that and bring it back. Bring it back. Let's see what that sounds like. Oh, dude, that's right on the freaking money. And sorry guys, you know what I mean? It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I do have like a 2 millisecond error in my keystroke at bar 51. Okay. Bring it back. Bring this back. Okay. Okay, hold on 1 second. That seems a little bit too fast. So I'm just doing this based on ear, you know what I mean? And there's no rules, guys. Like, you guys can experiment as much as you freaking want. Trust me, I've been experimenting for years, so check this out. If I had like the Qbert little question mark thingy over my head, I would add that right now. Hold on. Sounds a little super off, actually. So when things sound super off, let's take off the solo and let's see what it sounds like all together. Okay. Oh, hold on, let me get to the right spot. Okay, we're close. We're freaking god-awful close. Hold on. Okay, put the solo back on. I actually think, believe it or not, that we're okay. Like, remember, your ears are always the guide, right? We're at 23 minutes. Let's see if we can shorten this up. Bring these ones together. Okay, let's see what happens. Oh, we had that skip. I know you guys heard that skip. Hold on. So that means that we have a note overlapping. Hold on. Right here. There's an overlapping note. And you can see it, actually. Well, maybe you can't, but I can. So this root note is actually just slightly to the left of 51.3 on that bar. Okay. So we're going to go like this. Separate them like Moses did the Red Sea. You know what I mean? And then what you're going to do is focus primarily on the root note there. And when you have your smart lock and no overlap turned on, it's going to help you out tremendously. Okay. Now let's marry them. Okay, cool. Let's see what it sounds like. Okay, cool. Now we know where we're going. We have a little gap here. And this, again, guys, it's very surgical. Okay. This is not like the one-stop shop of just easy. It is surgical as flip. I want you guys to know that. But the results, I'm not even flipping. Dude, I'm not even kidding. The results are astounding. Hold on. If you look, a wise man once said, right, what you get back is tenfold of what you put in. Okay. So we're just taking literally, I mean, obviously from a YouTube video standpoint, it's taking me like 20 minutes, but it's really only like a 5 or a 10 minute job. Just right? Not counting, the recording and stuff, but here we go. Okay, we're going to bring this one out. Okay. I'm fishy on this one because I don't know if it's going to hit here or here, but we'll figure that out here in a second. We together as a unit, because we're a team and a family, right? We figured it out. It actually dropped here, and that was a performance error on my half when I was playing my piano. Right? Down here, piano. Performance error again. And that's totally normal. Like, dude, it was my first performance. It was 2 o'clock in the morning, and in my defense, I had been drinking heavily. So let's see what's up. Okay. Now, I know. I already know that what I have here is this. So I'm going to do the cheater way out, or the lazy way out. I'm just going to select delete. I'm going to option drag out to bar 52. And then in theory, again, with an Air Bunnies, it should sound badass. And I'm assuming that 53 should also be similar to 51, right? So we're going to yank this out, select, hit delete, right? And then option drag. Okay. Now, in theory, we should have our whole bass riff like totally done, taken care of, right? Let's see what happens. Okay. Now, for the sake of this video, I'm just going to delete my second half. Remember, it's broken in, I either do it in 4 bars, or 8 bars. Oh, shit, I hit my microphone. In this case, I'm just going to delete the second half. I'm going to option drag the whole clip. Here we go. I don't care what you say, dude. That's gent AF. Okay, now select it, and we're going to listen to everything, and then we're going to cut this video. Cool? Right on? Awesome sauce. 1, 2, get ready, dude. This, like, legit is going to be tough. And then with everything. What? You couldn't get your bass sounding like that. I mean, yeah, I guess you could. I'm not even going to finish it. But anyways, so guys, that's like legit like the overview on how to program djinnbass, right? Not settings, and all those other things. If you guys want, check it out. I'll put it out there, okay? I'll put my time on the line. If you want videos on how to configure djinnbass to sound like super, oh my jeepers incredible, let me know in the comments below, okay? And I'll make another video. Because there's like, dude, you've got like 50 or 75 basses in one program that sound super djenty as balls. Like, I'm not even kidding, like a brown note type of stuff that you can pull out, like Steve Terryberry said, right? If you've liked what I've put together, if you found it informative, if you think it's decent or badass or oh my god, extra cool, well, like the video, subscribe. I'm gonna be, I promise, I put it on my soul, like everything. I'm gonna stop ignoring my YouTube community. I'm sorry that it's taken so long. I love you guys so much, dude. Thank you so much for the time. If you found it informative, again, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, let me know. And if you've got questions or anything, dude, I'm usually relatively responsive. Give me a day or a week or so and I'll get back to you. And that's about it. So again, thanks a ton for your time. And here, I'll chop it. Red Desk Studios out. Let's wait for the next one. Bye.